Okay, hello and welcome to the next episode of Careers with Mrs. Doyle. Today we've got Suzie Hughes on, who is the branch manager for the RSPCA in Manchester and Salford. So I'm really excited for this because I know there's quite a few of you who are looking at maybe careers working with animals, you're looking at doing animal management in college. So it's really nice that we've got Suzie here who can talk to us. So hi Suzie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Can you tell us a little bit then about your what you did when you left school and how that's brought you to your current job?
Well, my current job required quite a lot of experience and diversity in the workplace. So I came in at this level after several years of social work. So my background is as a social worker and probation officer. But all those years that I was doing that job, I was also volunteering in local animal sanctuaries, hands-on, helping with the animals, getting all my experience in animal welfare and behaviour. And now I have degrees in animal behaviour as well. So I would say anybody interested in a career with animals, need to get yourself experience and you need to get yourself qualifications.
Right. So quite a few of them are looking at maybe doing the animal management course at college. Which I think does involve sort of some work placements and things, but perhaps at the weekends it could be helping with dog walking, things like that. Is that the sort
That's essential. These days the animal welfare sector is a hugely popular area for people to work in. So whenever we look to recruit somebody, we get flooded with applicants. So you need to be the person that stands out. Mm-hmm. And the people that stand out to us are people who have done additional work, voluntary work, other than just in their college placements, because it shows that there's a real commitment to wanting to be in this area. They are really hard to come by, these jobs. Often the jobs are actually given to people who are volunteering already. Right. So to get yourself within an animal centre or wherever it is that you're interested in, that's your best foot on the ladder to get into this area.
Okay. And if someone was interested in going kind of higher within the organisation, would you recommend, because one girl I know is actually looking at veterinary, and we read that it would be good for her to do a psychology A level, because that means that you're starting to sort of understand animal psychology as well as, is that something that you would recommend if you want to go?
I can't stress enough how important it is to have people skills.
Right.
So the reason why I got my job is because of my history of working with people, and the majority of our work on a sort of management level or veterinary nursing level is as much hands-on with the animals as it is working with people. Mm-hmm. So you have to have fantastic skills of relating to people. Customer service skills are essential. So a psychology degree, yeah, it could be really helpful. Yeah.
And one of the girls was asking me then as well, I said, are you ready for this? Because there could actually be some quite tough stuff that you've got to see as well. It's not all just obviously cuddling and looking after happy animals, is it? What kind of things could you expect?
Well, whether you're working in a veterinary practice or whether you're working in animal rescue, the one common theme that we all have is that we see animals that are poorly, and sometimes we can't help them because they're so ill. We can't make it a happy ending. So you do need to become quite resilient, really. It doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to cry when you lose somebody. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be compassionate. It just means that you have to be prepared that sad things do happen.
And I suppose as well, when you find animals that are being abused, you must feel quite angry as well towards the people who...
I'm pleased to say that we see less actual intentional harm.
Right.
And that's not very common, intentional harm. When that does occur, it's very difficult to fathom. So last weekend, inspectors had to go out to a property where puppies had their ears cut, which is pretty horrendous. And to see
why did anyone do that? Was that just for...
So some people think it's aesthetically pleasing, right, on certain breeds of dogs to make them look... It's
like they cut off tails, don't they, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's all illegal to do that, but some people think it makes them look more macho, if you like.
Right, okay.
More pleasing to the eye. And obviously that is barbaric. and these puppies were really suffering, and it was really hard to see that. Thankfully they were at the veterinary hospital, so they were getting pain relief and treatment for their wounds. Intentional harm is really difficult, and sometimes you can spend weeks, if not months, trying to get them better again. You can spend all the money in the world trying to get them better, and sometimes you just lose that battle. And I do sometimes feel like I failed, even though I know it wasn't me that started the harm in the first place. But it is really difficult. It is. I'm not going to lie. And I have the role at my job is to make the decisions as to when the animals need to go to heaven. So it is difficult, and it affects everybody.
Okay, so that's obviously the cons of the job, but what is the pros? What's your favourite part of your job?
I think for everybody, the favourite part of the job has to be the animals going to their new homes.
Oh yeah?
Because it means that you've succeeded in achieving what you're there to do.
Yeah.
Which is finding a forever home for an animal.
And you go out and see them then, and then they're happy, and that's...
Oh yeah, it's the most rewarding thing to see an animal go from being really timid, maybe not in a good way, frightened about life, to bouncing around and happy and playful. It's so rewarding, and then for them to then take the step to their new home, and then getting updates from the adopters is just that's why we do our job.
Do you ever feel like taking them all home with you?
Used to.
Did you?
Yes. I've been working in animal welfare for over 20 years, and yes, I used to take them all home and racked up credit card bills, and it took me years to pay off the debt, and I've learnt the hard way, and I think pretty much everybody does this.
Yeah.
You take them all home to start off with, then realise how expensive it is and that you can't. So yes, I'm 20 years down the line now, so I don't take them all home anymore.
Okay, so then if you could just sort of wrap up, what advice would you give them, anyone who is interested in this sort of line of work from here on? What would you advise them to do? Because the pupils in our school are sort of 15, 16, just setting out on the next step in the career. What would you advise them to do?
For me, what's really important is that you need to demonstrate to a potential employer that you mean business. So it's not enough for you to write on your CV that you have pets or you help walk friends' dogs. You need to be out there actively getting involved with animal welfare and rescue. So there's lots of organisations that will take people under 18, getting yourself...
Do the RSPCA take volunteers? Or?
We do, but generally it tends to be over 18s, and that's for safeguarding.
That wouldn't be a good place to start, then.
No, but veterinary practices will often take people on placement, going and approaching your local vets or your local sanctuary. There's a lovely organisation called Cinnamon Trust. You could maybe walk an elderly person's dog with your mum.
Okay.
Getting involved in rescue work, in helping animals above and beyond your normal day-to-day life or your placements at college is what makes you stand out, and that's what we as employers want to see. And also to really think carefully about your application when you do apply. You need to demonstrate why you are suitable for the role and tell people how brilliant you are. We want you've got something to give to us, so we want you to tell us about it.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much then for your time.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure that's going to be really useful for the guys at school. If they do have any questions, I suppose they can just drop me an email and I can forward it on to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.